Hello, and I am Esther DeVille. I'm pretty new to the Minecraft community. I mean, well, not really, but I'm new to the whole um, YouTube Minecraft community. I've been playing Minecraft for a few good years, and I thought it'd be pretty fun to explore and show you my world and tell you about myself. So, starting off over here, whoopsie, okay. Starting off over here, we have my front yard, and I'll show you the full house once we get further out over there. But here's my front yard, full of trees and all of that. And that up there is, like a distant build that I haven't yet gotten to. But it's gonna be done, soon, just not now. I'll link the tutorial for that in the description down below since I got this tutorial from somebody who's like super skilled. So starting up here is my bedroom. I got some armor sets, bookshelves, stuff, full of stuff. Wither skulls, yeah, I'm cool like that. Um, some cool little lights I got from a mod that I brought. Wardrobe full of stuff. My cat Bear and my dog number. um, bad wardrobe, some extra storage. Is like a common area with a not so matched up map, but you know what? That's okay. At least this general area right here is somewhat accurate. I got a little ender pearl over here, block, comfy places to sit down. Because you know what? Why not? Who doesn't want to be comfy? Got some more storage area over here. Balcony overlooking my backyard, which is, as you can see, full of trees, everblues, some pines and spruce trees. Oh yeah, I'm full of trees over here. And then over this way is my jewelry area, my doubloons, riches, and all above. Got my diamonds, netherite, prismarine, some amethyst I should harvest, some gold, iron, and compasses that lead to ancient cities and woodland mansions and back home and all that. Now coming this way is my portal room. As you can see, it's not like a everyday regular portal, but it's a spark portal, which is one of the mods that I got on console. And as you can see, it leads you to a bunch of different places. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna be different. We're gonna walk to each place so I can show you it fully. Yeah, cuckoo. So coming down the stairs once more is this maze area that I made purposely to see if I could actually remember where I'm going, and I can confidently say that I do know where I'm going. Down the stairs we go. Have another one of my dogs. Hi. This is one of my iron golems that I have in here, walking for my dog. But fountains, kitchen area, enough to feed a whole bastion full of piglins, villages, all of riches and stuff. So if you got a kitchen here, cookies in case you're hungry, which you can take out of there, you can open the doors too. In here, we got something cooking up in the pot, got a sink to wash your hands, food to eat, all of it. A little fish tank that is currently empty with no fishes. Over here we have a crafting area, extra storage drawers because why not? Some stuff to build, like a lot of iron, more storage, little, you know, nice little storage area. Not much over here. Coming out this way is more of the backyard, which I showed you from up there before. Yeah, very, very luscious, very full of life. And here we are, coming down to the front. My pet monkey, my pet crow. So here's the front yard. Not as full, not as luscious, but you can see kind of the front of the house. Ooh, we got a good area. right over here. Oh, well, that's what the house looks like when it's, not fully lit up. That's what it looks like. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's nice. I also found a tutorial for this one I'll link it in the description down below. I'm sorry, my mind's kind of scattered right now. I'm not sure why. But this is from Blue Bits. The tutorial down below. Heads up though, it is a little bit tricky to follow because of camera angles and cinematic shots, which makes it a bit harder to follow. But once you get the hang of it, it's fairly easy. So coming down here is supposed to be Gothic Library that I haven't yet finished yet, but I'm getting there, kind of. Over here is the spawn point and hub for new players. You need a beginner set, some iron gear, shields, ender pearls, totems, and all the good stuff. Here is a waystone that leads to a bunch of different other places, which we can do that, but we'll do that in a minute. So passing by a creeper, and they're blowing thing up. Passing by more creepers. Oh, what? Hold on. So what I'm gonna do real quick, give me a second. I'm gonna walk up here and take a quick nap so I don't get blown up. And I know you're probably noticing that number at the top saying 20 days. Here's the stitch. It's because I've copied and downloaded this world over and over again because the original world crashed, and of course that recited the days coming. But it used to be over 200 days, so yeah, sorry for that in case you were noticing. I should have recorded all of that and made it into a video, but I didn't. So as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, here is my friend Floppa's house. Uh, yeah, it's cutesy and all that. They are like the big miner of the area, always in holes, always digging something. This is a little tunnel that goes down there that's filled with a Salisbury steak. Coming out of here, we have the stables, horse stables. I think it's pretty cute, don't you? I built this myself because most of the things, minus that whoopsie, I build most of the things here. If I can get up, I build most of the things here, just minus that and that. That was the tutorial, but everything else I built myself. And I think I'm a pretty decent builder. Not the best, but I'm pretty good. At least I try to be. Yeah, here's the horse stables. Walk in, you got some dirt, of course. You got the horses, overlooking the lake with otters. Hi, otters. Super cute, super cute. And of course, there's a pathway over here to lead the horses outside and ride them, of course, to who knows where. In this area is the storage area, full of chests and all that. Up here's a little sleeping area that I used a minute ago, so I wouldn't be blown up by creepers. So let's follow this way first. So over here we have our big farm for crops and all that have sprinklers that should go off, but haven't gone off yet. Over here is, a beacon from one of my mine shafts down there. Bell, of course, because why not? Down here is a minecart system to one of the first mines that we ever built. If I can get it to work. There we go. Yeah, it's one of the first mines that I've built. I think, well, not I built, but of course, Floppa, what I'm talking about, is, the super big miner in the game, always doing something, rarely above the surface. But yeah, these are her tunnels, so I couldn't tell you which way goes where and what goes where, but I'll just tell you that they go on for a long while. I'll leave it at that. You can figure out the rest if I ever would continue recording this. So back at the tunnel, here we are to the first ever actual, like, genuine house of the server. The first one that I built that I was actually, like, super proud of because At first, we lived in like a dirt hut. Like, literally, I'm not joking, it was a dirt hut. We lived in there for a little bit. But, it still has some of the original gear I had in here before. Well, I think it's nice, but it's small. But, like, in a good way, in a nice, humble way. But yeah, that was nice. I like living in there for a bit. So, following up this path leads to the second genuine house that I built, which is a bit bigger, as you can see. It's pretty big. It's supposed to give like log cabin woody vibes, like you're in like a pine forest, as you can see from all the trees. Oh, cuckoo. So leading in here, we have, the living room, kitchen, all that. Not a TV, a little secret area, which we'll get to at the end of this. We'll get to all the secrets areas once we're done the tour. So leading upstairs, you have a nice dog, fire. Here, some food. There you go. Some fire, and a little sitting area, bed, and a balcony overlooking the area, which is, pretty nice. I'm gonna have to edit this out. Passing by another otter. So usually, instead of going that way, you walk this path through here to this big old piney little area. Which I think is pretty cute. And passing by a big juniper and pine trees, you come over to the butchery, the farm. And a lot of villagers walking around. Let me eat real quick so I don't just like starve to death. Break this quick. So over here we have our pigs, horses, sheep, cows, a buttload of chickens, and I guess some villagers held captive in the pens, which is kind of silly. And then passing by over here, we have another mine. It goes fairly deep, but I wouldn't say it's deep, but it goes fairly deep. And this is a one-way rail that you back up and pushes the cart back down, which I think that was pretty neat. I don't know how I did that, but I did it. And coming over here, over this pretty bridge that I'm like super proud of, which is kind of silly, we can come over to the docks. Of course, it's self-explanatory, but here's some docks. Pretty much self-explanatory. Villagers mainly live in this area because all of the beds are here, so they chill out here. They have their stuff here. They're good. They're comfy. So flying back over, there we go. We're gonna fly up here to see what we have done. It's not much really, but it's something. It's gonna be like a giant Japanese temple. I'm gonna make it like a town hall area. Ooh, ooh, there we go. Smooth landing. Smooth landing. So coming over here, about to say hi to the bakery. Which is like one of the last builds you have. Because you haven't really built in this world for a while now, since it's a fairly big world, but we got someone up there. We'll get to that in a minute, trust me. But here we have the bakery, which is, pretty empty at the moment, since somebody, lava, keeps eating all the cakes. And you're probably wondering, what the heck is that? Whoa! I didn't even see that guy. Holy cow! I didn't even see that guy. Coming up here is possibly, might be, like the portal area, as you can see from right there. It's one of the portals. I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet, though. But I think I'll figure it out once I finish it. It's gonna be a windmill over there, if you can tell. But I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I think the door looks pretty cool. It was gonna be like a spine. I was trying to go for like a little robotic spine. But I also did the foggy effect here, so I think it's pretty cool. And this portal, of course, leads to other areas. Yeah, this is the Pale Manor, and I think I'll do something with it if I ever actually finish it, which, my motivation isn't that high yet, still kind of want to finish something, but I'll get there, just not today. So coming over this way, okay, okay. We have a little issue here with water. Oh no, it didn't work. Is it waterlogged? Oh, might be waterlogged. Okay. Well, what I'm supposed to do is open up a door, which I think I can just dig down. Alright, so it should be, yeah, right here. So my axe, but usually what it would do is, oh, I gotta break the glass. Okay. Um, but usually it would appear here, and then it would like open up. That's what it would usually do. But of course it didn't do that, so that kind of sucks. But it would lead you down here into a dungeon with, pretty lights and all of this going on, which is something that took a little while to do, but it's okay. Equipping my boots here. I'm gonna walk so I don't like get beat. Or I could try to fly. I'm not that good at flying. Actually, look at me. Look at me. I take it back. I'm great at flying. Go over here is where we take off our boots and down this path. Is, a little something I built. I think it's pretty cute. So we walk along here, take the boots off again. Ooh, whoopsie. Under here, and up here to this hut, you can see a lot more. It's one of my favorite builds, which that's a storage area, by the way, so I skipped over that. Over here are these giant, I won't say giant, but, oh, ooh, whoa, oh, look at that, look at the skill. Over here, I wouldn't say, giant, but let's see if we can get a better view. Over here, like my fairly big, like statues that I built out of moss and bricks. I think they're pretty cool. But, it took me a little bit to build those because moss isn't the easiest thing to come by. But it was fun. It was pretty fun to build. Down here is a little undercity that I'm working on. Currently, of course, it's not finished. Of course, like most of the things that I have going on that's not finished. We do have a slime block infestation going on, full of slimes everywhere. But it's nice. We got a wisteria tree, which is like gonna be the Undercity's main main tree, like their place of comfort and worship. I think I'll like figure it out and refine on the details later. But heading back to my house, that would conclude the world tour. If you're interested in seeing more, or you just want to like stick around, you should subscribe and turn on notifications. And if you want to see anything live, then I recommend checking out my Twitch. I try to stream there uh, every now and then. Just yesterday, I did 3 streams in a row because I finally got a mic. That's what this is today because I haven't had a mic in a while. But this is new to me, and if you're interested in seeing more, you should subscribe, hit the bell, and or check out my Twitch, which I'll link down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you then.